it's Beth from Adaptive Knitter. I'm back for another Ask Me Anything, and today I'm going to answer a question from grandparentals. They asked, can you talk about how your parents dealt with your development when you were a baby? And was there any negative feedback from grandparents or other relatives? Awesome question. A lot to say about this. So let me just start by saying I was born in 1975 at a time where there wasn't a whole lot known or talked about or big deals made very much about anything really. So when I was born, I was whisked away from my parents. They let me kind of see my left hand kind of dangle down, and then I was whisked away for tests, and I was gone for a couple days. They brought me back and said, okay, well, here you go. This is the deal. This is what's going on. They unwrapped my blanket, showed my parents my arm, and my mom was like, oh, is that all? You kept us waiting all this time for that? Not that big of a deal. But at the same time, they offered no support. They offered no information. They offered really no services whatsoever, or any communities or any way to connect with other parents or children who had a similar disability to me. So they wrapped me up, took me home, called the hand surgeon that was on the list of things that they were given when they checked out of the hospital, and brought me in. The hand surgeon said, oh, as long as she looks fine to me for now, we'll deal with this later. and eventually we did have a couple consultations and a few surgeries to correct some of the things so that I could use my hand. But that brings up a really important point, and that is support and networks for parents, families, and children who are affected by either congenital limb difference like mine. So congenital just means born with a limb difference, or for those who are dealing with limb loss. So there are many reasons why a limb may have to be removed for different reasons throughout a lifetime, ranging from birth all the way, the ages really don't matter, all through life. So I want to highlight the Lucky Fin Project. This is the charity that I am supporting during this month. I've set a $1,000 goal for raising money for this charity, this organization that is just an amazing, amazing organization. So I want to tell you quickly a little bit about that, and then I'll get back to the end of that question. The Lucky Fin, I keep calling it the Lucky Fin Foundation. It's actually called the Lucky Fin Project, and I will have a link below, as well as a way for you to donate. But the Lucky Fin Project creates a support network for parents across the United States and frankly across the world. They're located right here in Michigan, in my home state, and they provide links and resources for parents to medical information, resources, education on limb differences. They host, I'm reading here, making sure I don't forget anything. They host events and financially support efforts for children to attend specialized camps where kids can see other kids who look just like them, and other adults who are part of the network, who are part of the project as well. And they add funds to other organizations within the limb different community. One of the biggest things that they do as an organization is that they publish awareness brochures for distribution in hospitals, in labor and delivery wards, in birthing centers, at OBs, pediatricians' offices, orthopedic offices, and directly for parents if they're looking for some way to reach out and connect and get more information on the disability that their family will be dealing with moving forward. So it's really a very important organization, one that I fully support and really am proud to say that I have a connection to in some small way. I hope that you'll consider making a donation, or at the very least, looking at their page, theluckyfinproject.org, to see what kinds of things they offer. Now back to that question, was there any pushback or negative, what did they say, negative feedback from grandparents or other relatives? I am lucky to say no, that never was ever an issue. In fact, I never felt any amount of negativity from my family in my home unit or my extended family. Both sides were always very extremely supportive. In fact, it was just kind of a non-issue. I was one of the cousins, one of the nieces and nephews, one of the grandchildren, and so I was very lucky to say, I'm very, very lucky to say that that is part of my experience. So kudos to my mom and dad for figuring it all out and getting through that hard time. It had to be scary being new parents. I'm the oldest of all of their children, so that had to be a pretty scary time to try and, you know, go through the minefield of doctor's appointments and finding the right doctor and the right surgeon and the right community in the medical community to get me taken care of. So kudos to them for that, and to my family for standing up and making sure that I felt connected, loved, and embraced by everyone. I hope that is the case for all of you too. I'm going to continue answering questions. This was just the first. I'll answer another one tomorrow, maybe two if I've got time. Keep them coming. Drop them in the comments below, and I will get to as many as I can this month. Thanks, everybody. Love you so much. Bye.